Welcome to Portaventura. I'm here for a week. This is my first visit. I've never been. I had a sneak peek last night. I went on Dragon Can, which is behind me and a cracking sight when you first come into the park. I'm curious about this park. I have heard some pretty bad things about operations, and from what I've seen, queue times are insane. I did a poll actually and asked you guys what you thought of the operations here. I'll put the results up there, but you guys weren't particularly keen on it either. I think from what I've seen, this has got a cracking ride lineup, great potential. And there's talk about Universal potentially rebuying this because they used to own it. I think something needs to be done to sort out operations. But I'm here for a week, so let's see what it's like. Yeah, okay, so straight in the park, straight over at the first board I see, and it just confirmed my concerns. There's Furious Backhoe. I've saying 3 hours. Quite a few things are saying an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. Shambhala's up at nearly 3 hours. I don't understand it. I've been sitting by the pool in my hotel and hear Furious Backhoe go past maybe once every 3 minutes. Like, the operations are terrible. I don't know if it's on one train or two trains. Oh my god, it's slow. That said, well, I was in the park last night, as I said. Only went on Dragon Can and Street Mission. Gotta go on kiddie rides, right? And at that point the queue times were 20-30 minutes, so I definitely think if you're going to come here, and the park is open till 10:30, come in the evening, because I think I'm going to wander around this morning. I don't actually think I'm going to get on anything, because I'm not standing for 3 hours in a queue. One thing I would say about this park though is, from what I've seen in the 20 minutes I've been in the park, the theming is insane. I'm in the Wild West right now. They've got the river rapids, and they've got this cool bit where the train looks like it's broken, and just the rock work. And I've seen online how they've got the new Uncharted ride in. You know, it looks like they've got a great ride lineup. They've got amazing theming. I'm just really worried about these operations. As I said, I don't think I'm going to get on too much now. I'll be coming back late in the evening. I'll come back late in the evening when the queues are small. It's another weird thing. They've got boards all over the park that tell you the queue times, but the app itself only tells you maybe 3 of them. The rest of them, it just does not tell you the times, which is odd. So there are ride times, but you need to find a board. From what I've seen, they're not pleasant. I'll do a comparison. I'll show you during the day times, and I'll show you an evening times, and you'll see the difference. So definitely if you're able to come late at night, I would strongly suggest you do so. I will be putting a tips video up as well on the channel. Some stuff I've found from research before I came, and also, as I say, I'm here for a week, so any tips I pick up whilst I'm here. So I'll put that video in as well. So if you are coming, check that one out. Get all the tips before you come. Woohoo! I just started warning there on the Huss breakdance. You probably just saw footage of me being a big kid on it. That was a good laugh. I've never been on one of those before, or at least if I have, I don't remember it. As I said already, the theming around here is insane. Like, even that ride was so well themed. I mean, this is... Do I feel like I'm in the Wild West? Yeah, I suppose. Maybe. I mean, it's really good. It's so well themed. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just wandering around aimlessly, seeing what the queues are like. My kids are being lazy. They're back in the pool. So, oh Jesus, that's a big queue. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a lot of them. So I'm gonna keep wandering and just kind of get my bearings around the park and see if I can find anything that doesn't have a massive queue. Wish me luck. I have to say, Uncharted does look very impressive and does fit very well on the land. What worries me is that it has, as you'd expect, being a brand new ride. Actually, an hour and a half is probably one of the best I've seen it. Even last night when I came into the park, it was quiet. It was not. So I don't think there's a quiet time yet. I think it's still too new of a ride. I will get on it. If I'm going to wait an hour and a half, I will do it when I've got the kids with me, rather than doing it solo. But nonetheless, it does look really impressive. A nice addition to the park from what I can see. Although everything I've heard says theming in the queue is amazing, the ride itself is amazing, but the theming in the ride is non-existent. So we'll see how it goes when I get in there. But I'm hoping if that is true, that it's kind of like a work in progress and something they'll add to. But yeah, I'm still blown away by how well themed this whole area is. and how large it is. I haven't managed to get out of the Wild West yet, but I'm still stuck in it. And I'm just wandering around, so... I see Stampede, I don't have a clue how to get to it. Oh, found it. See ya. So we just did Stampede. A few things. First of all, first positive operations, because it said an hour and a half and I only waited 40 minutes. So that's a plus. That's a noisy ride. Those trains though, they're hell. They are really bad. The ride is great, but my god, they need new trains on that. If they got the, I don't know what the proper name for them is. I was going to say PTC trains. Whatever it is that Wicker Man has, they should get them, because they're much better. Also, there are people on the ride there holding their phones, filming, doing whatever they want. I had a GoPro securely on my wrist and I was told to take it off, which makes no sense. Like, I know a lot of parks don't let you film, but they let people hold their phones and they don't let a device secured on your wrist. Anyway, bizarre. I'm gonna go back to the pool, find my kids and have something to eat, and I don't know what I'll do after that, so see ya. Okay, it's the evening, I'm back in the park. Things are a little bit quieter. I wouldn't say quiet, just on Shambhala. It was saying 50 minutes and it only took me 30, which is pretty good. That could be one of my new top coasters. That is insane. I don't think my backside was in the seat for very much. There's just so much ejector, so many hills. That's just fantastic. I'll be dragging the kids on that one for sure. I am just trying to see, as I said, it is definitely quieter in the evening. But I'm an idiot. I'm here in August. It's ridiculously hot and ridiculously busy. The joys of having kids and having to be stuck to school holidays. Anyway, I think I am going to try and get on the Vine train. I think that said I had a reasonably short queue. And then the kids are going to drag me back to get dinner, so... Oh, that dragon can's got a nice roar. Kind of takes me back to Nemesis, and I'm really hoping that Nemesis still has a roar when it comes back. Anyway, let's see what's next. Well, I've just finished day one on the mine train, which I believe is an old Arrow classic. It's crazy, it's bizarre profiling, it's silly fast, it's smooth and rough at the same time. Don't ask me how that's possible. But yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Operations definitely are not this park's strength. Whilst I have had some things that have been quite quick, just queues all day are just terrible. You can't see me because it's really dark. Oh, there we go, lights. So yeah. Tomorrow, I'll see if I can drag the kids in with me. Maybe try and get some water rides done tomorrow. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Hey, day two. Another stinking hot day and massive queues. I've just managed to get on Tomahawk. Thankfully, that was only 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna do that crazy thing there, which I'm hoping is a small queue too. I'm going to do all the small things. It's far too hot to stand in 2-3 hour queues. So I'm pretty much resigned myself to the fact that on Friday, maybe Saturday, I'm going to get express pass for all of us and the photo pass and just walk on every day. Then I'm going to try and get stuff done this week. But yeah, if you're daft enough to come in the summer like me, express pass. Although from what I've heard, they never sell out of express pass. That's a bit worrying because you have too many people in the express lane. It's not going to be express anymore. So anyway, one ride down. Let's see what this one's like. Okay, so I did that full cute. I'm probably butchering that one. That was the slowest, most tame, shortest ride ever. Then I've just done this thing, Serpient I'm not even going to try and say it. That is mental. That is really intense, stupidly long cycle, just great fun. I mean, I've never seen a flat ride with over-shoulder restraints that does stuff like that. It's crazy. Thankfully, short rides this morning, I've actually had quite good queues. I've only had maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. I don't know what I'm doing next, but if the queues stay like this, today could be a good day. Let's see.
One eternity later.
Well, just finished the day there with a night ride on Shambhala, and front row seat with Hannah, and got the video. Probably have put in. I'd love that ride, especially when it's in the evening and the queue's not that bad. Anyway, it's day 2 done. I'm off to Madrid tomorrow for Park Warner, so see you in 2 days. Bye! This is fun. So it's Friday, still haven't really gotten everything, so we buckled. We bought Fast Pass today. However, the one ride that we're trying to get to now, Uncharted, doesn't include it in the Fast Pass. And we thought we'll get here when the park opens. Park doesn't open for another 10 minutes, and Uncharted's already at an hour. And we're still trying to sprint over there to get in that queue. Oi, 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 this park is a nightmare. Okay, well, we've done it. It did take an hour, even though we got in the queue before the park had even opened. So clearly that's still a really busy ride. The queue is well themed. The queue moves. Like I don't usually mind long queues as long as they're moving. It's where you're stationary for long periods, it's frustrating. The ride itself was a lot of fun. I do see some of the complaints people make about there's not a lot of theming inside the ride. You can see the bits you're about to go to, the bits you've been on. But you know, sideways launches, spikes, all sorts of crazy stuff spinning around. It's great fun. I mean, we all came off that saying we'd love to do it again. Don't know if we can be bothered waiting in the queue again, but we'd love to do it again. One thing as well, I decided to get Photo Pass today because, well, the kids are with me for a change. And I got the DigiPass for 45 euros. However, despite the fact there's 4 in a row, you could see 2 of us in one photo, and then the person in front, the row in front, had their arms up, and you couldn't see the other 2. Because we get 2 wristbands, and I put it on my daughter, we did manage to get both photos, but just be careful with that. I think they're going to be quite strict about the person with the band has to be in the photo. Even though it's unlimited photos, you can't. Anyway, we got the photos, so panic over. And now, we're all starving, so we're going to have breakfast. Yeah. Okay, so today's the day I said I was getting the Express Pass, and we did get the Express Pass. We did Uncharted this morning, obviously that isn't Express Pass, and then we did Shambhala, Dragon Can, a couple of flat rides, and we've just done the other side of Stampede. Oh, that's a bone rattler. That is painful. That is really uncomfortable. But I can say I've done both sides, so I've got both credits. And now I think we're going to go and do Furious Baco and then go get something to eat, because it's really hot. Again.
Señor, el perímetro de seguridad que reclama esta situación.
So I forgot to film in the park when I came out there. I just did Furious Baco. That ride is as rough as everybody says. I was sitting on the outside seat, which I heard was the worst. And you'll see in the video, it bounces all over the shop. It's mental. Queue times, total rubbish. It said 30 minutes. So I didn't use FastPass because I thought I'm not going to waste it when it's that short. It was an hour and 30 minutes. So I should have used FastPass, but I've still got FastPass. I can go on it again later tonight or tomorrow, because the FastPass, the one in the hotel at least, is 2 consecutive days. So yeah, I kind of hope that was an anomaly, because it normally says 2 hours, and if it's usually 3 or 4, that's worrying. Like everything else in this park, their operations, they need more staff. They just don't have enough people checking you on the rides, and that's why it takes so long to dispatch. I mean, there was a train going out every 3 minutes, which is so slow. But I mean, it was a fun ride, but Jesus, it's rough. Gee, it's so rough.
The next day.
Here's something you're not going to see very often. Uncharted without a queue. Unfortunately, it's got technical difficulties. It's not that it's actually quiet. The question is, do I gamble and hang around here for a reopening? Because I don't know if it's going to open in 5 minutes or 2 hours. Tricky one. Definitely would be front of the queue if we did. I'll maybe sit around for 10 minutes and see how it goes. Wish me luck. So I left Uncharted because it didn't look like it was opening. I've just seen the board say 40 minutes and I've come all the way back down here and it's still shut. I've seen them do this a few times where the queue time's just, I mean yesterday, Furious Backle, 30 minutes, still said 30 minutes when I came off it, and I'd been on it for an hour and a half. Queue times are very, very inaccurate. Very, very inaccurate. I've just come all the way back here for nothing because it's still shut. Okay, that was quite good. Just did Temple del Fuego. It's a show, sort of fire show thing. The guy that was running it was quite funny. Mainly spoke Spanish, didn't get a lot of it. But then he did ask how many French were in the room, and it was quite a loud roar. And then he asked if Disney was shut, which was quite funny. That runs every 30 minutes, so you end up getting batched outside. So it might not look like it's got a queue, but actually it could have one. And it does have Express Pass, but Express Pass just gets you to the front of that queue, but if they're still batching, you could still be waiting 30 minutes. So just bear that in mind, that, you know, Express Pass doesn't just get you in like it does on other rides. But that was quite good, it was good fun, and that show only runs in the summer. So if you're here outside the summer, it's not running. I'm not sure why, but that's what they chose to do. Only run it in the summer months. Definitely worth the shot. Whatever's wrong with Uncharted, it's been down for over an hour. That's not particularly great for their latest ride. I mean, it was a great ride. We got on it yesterday. I was hoping to get back on it today if I could find a quieter period. And potentially, if I hung around there for it to reopen, I would find that. But as I say, it's been down for an hour, so I particularly want to hang about and just wait. I'm on a bit of a quiet one today, to be honest. I'm just kind of wandering about. My daughter's in Salou. When she gets back, I think we're going to use the Express Pass from yesterday to get on all the water rides and cool down. So, just wandering around. So today's water day ride We did the rapids, didn't even get slightly splashed. Did the river flume. I am drenched. That was good fun. I'll put in the photo of us being idiots. 2 more water rides, I think. Definitely 1 more, possibly 2 more. Let's go. That's all the water rides done. Just finished on Tutuki Splash. Some of the water, so we did Angkor as well, which has 0 queue all day. It's basically just a splash battle. I don't think anybody does it. You don't get too wet. Tutuki Splash, you get soaked. So yeah, I mean, listen, for considering the heat over here, it's great they've got such a decent selection of water rides. I think we're going to go and do Furious Backhoe because my daughter's not done it. Well, that's my week come to an end. I started this week asking or wondering what operations were going to be like because I had heard some pretty terrible things. And to be honest, I agree with all of them. This park has so much potential and it is just let down by operations. They're massively understaffed. Like, when they're checking the rides, they really need more operators. We went in Ferrari Land, Flying Theatre, there's 3 rows of seats. 1 member of staff doing all 3 rows. Like, that's crazy. Furious Backhoe, they could double or quadruple the staff and it would just throw trains out much, much faster. Like, this park needs a lot of work. It's got an amazing lineup, great rides. But yeah, it's just a letdown with the amount of times. I've been here for a week, I've had 1 shot on Uncharted. 1 shot. Because I'm not waiting 2 hours in a queue. Most of the queues here are about 2 hours and the times are wrong as well. We went on Furious Backhoe last night, it said 30 minutes. Hour and a half we waited. So yeah, operations in this park need a lot of work, and if the rumours are true that Universal's thinking on buying this again, I think that's exactly what this park needs, because I'm sure they would sort it out. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, share it with a friend. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.